Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. So I've heard a lot of people saying Derrick Rose is washed up. He's a bum now. And it's mostly younger kids, 12, 11, because they weren't around to see real Derrick Rose. So the crazy thing is I've had this series since I started this channel. I just never did it, obviously I don't know why, but whatever. So Derrick Rose, legend or fairy tale? So I'm about to prove why I believe Derrick Rose is actually a legend and why I still think he's a really good point guard. So Derrick Rose, drafted in 2008. So the season before he's drafted, 2007, 2008, the Chicago Bulls finished 33 and 49. 33 and 49. Absolutely disgusting. The season that Derrick Rose comes and he is playing his rookie season, guess what they finished? They finished 41 and 41. Now, that's a great turnaround. Having a new player, that's a great turnaround for a rookie. Not as great as Carmelo Anthony's was when he was drafted. Obviously, Melo deserved Rookie of the Year, but Derrick Rose had a great turnaround. The next season, the 2009-2010 season, they finished the exact same record at 41 and 41. And then a lot of people, the younger kids, never got to see this. Derrick Rose's MVP season, they finished 62 and 20. 62 wins and 20 losses in his third year in the NBA. He averaged 25 points per game, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, okay? Shooting 45% from the field, 33% from 3, and 86% from the free throw line. This dude was an absolute monster. In his prime, before the injuries, he was one of the fastest players in the NBA. He was up there with LeBron, up there with Dwayne Wade in his prime. He was just as fast as Devin Harris was. A lot of you guys don't even remember who Devin Harris was, but that's not even the point. The point is that athletically, he was top tier. This dude, he would dunk on people. He would finesse layups. He would power through big man. He would just head down, steamroll to the basket. But that did lead to his downfall, his injury. And I don't want to hear that BS, he was never taught how to land. Let's be serious for a second. Who the hell teaches someone how to land when you're learning basketball? I've never heard that before. That's just a whole bunch of nonsense from people that think they're geniuses when they're not, okay? In terms of basketball, that is, because I don't know if you're a genius outside of basketball, but in terms of basketball, you're not, because no one teaches a person how to land, because everyone naturally lands the same, just like cats naturally land the same. It's not the fact that he's landing wrong. That's a whole bunch of BS. You want to know why he gets injured? Why he got injured? Because the dude was not scared of anything. This happens to all athletic players. It has nothing to do with landing. Look at Dwayne Wade. What was it, in 07 when he injured his shoulder? Okay. What about when he injured his back? Okay. What about his legs? It happens to athletic players. Okay. What happened to Tracy McGrady? Okay, this is what happens when you're athletic and you're reckless and you have no fear and you just go to the basket. It happens, okay? It just happens. Unfortunately for Derrick Rose, it happened at a younger age, okay? But let's look at Derrick Rose's career statistics before the injuries. Okay, so his rookie season, he averaged 17 points per game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. The next season, his sophomore season, he averaged 21 points per game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. His junior season, his MVP season, 25, 4, and 8. Ridiculous numbers, 62 and 20. Absolutely ridiculous. The season after, he only played 39 games, so he got injured. His fourth season in the NBA, he averaged 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 8 assists. Okay, so there's a trend around, we'll say, on average, the last 3, he only played 3 seasons where he was never healthy, his first 3 seasons. But his fourth season, 22, 3, and 8. Okay, after that, 2012, 2013, he didn't even play. That was the year Melo was in MVP considerations, Kevin Durant was in MVP considerations, LeBron was, Kobe was, Chris Paul was. That was one of the greatest seasons in NBA history. The Miami Heat went on a 27-game win streak. They went, what did they finish, like 66 and 16? Ridiculous, okay? Absolutely ridiculous season, up there with the 08-09 season. Okay, so he didn't play 2012, 2013. Now, you want to look at 2013, 14, he only played 10 games, so that's irrelevant. 2014-15, he played 51 games. He played more than half of the season. He averaged 18 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. Now, the good thing and the upside about Derrick Rose is he's only 28 years old. Okay, you would expect by the way people talk about him that he's like 40 or 35 or 33. The dude is only 28 years old. And we only had 3 years of seeing him, and not even three, just one season in his prime. Okay, just one season. His junior season, his third year in the league when he won MVP. That was the only time we saw him in his prime. Because injuries, not destroyed, but they hindered him growing and peaking. Okay, so that was his peak year, and he won MVP, and he was the youngest MVP in NBA history. Do you remember that layup against LeBron and Dwayne Wade at the same time? Do you remember when LeBron tried to block Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose just powered through him, and the look on LeBron's face was like, how the hell did this dude do this to me? Derrick Rose is what, 6'3", 180? And LeBron's like, I'm 6'8", 260. How the hell did he do this to me? It doesn't make sense. But that's how good Derrick Rose was. Derrick Rose was so good that when they played the Miami Heat in the conference finals, it wasn't Mario Chalmers guarding Derrick Rose. It was Dwayne Wade, and then it was LeBron. It was Shane Battier, Rashard Lewis, some real good defenders. All right, Derrick Rose is the real deal. Now, let's look at the last 2 seasons, where he was relatively healthy and played more than 75% of the season. In 2015-16, the legendary meme where he has that stare face after he hits the game winner. He played 66 games, which is not bad. 66 games, not bad. And guess what? He only played 32 minutes per game. Only 32. But he averaged 16, 3, and 5. And he only played 32 minutes per game. So you want to equate that to his MVP season. His MVP season, he played 37 minutes per game. So you could imagine if he gets that minute influx, what he would be averaging. Okay. And then his last season with the New York Knicks, again, he played around 64 games. All right, 2016-17. He only played 32 minutes per game as well. And guess what? 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Could you imagine if he played more minutes? And he outplays some of the top superstar point guards. I've seen him outplay Steph. I've seen him outplay Russ. I've seen him outplay Harden, CP3. Derrick Rose, look, I literally saw him for all 64 games last year. I saw all 64 games. Okay, because I watched every single game. I saw all 64. And Derrick Rose, he's not as explosive as he was before. Okay, it's not. But he still has that explosiveness for a few possessions during the game. But he's smart. He can play the pick and roll. He can shoot that mid-range jump shot, a forgotten art, something that Chris Paul has mastered beyond belief. Okay? So I don't want to hear this nonsense that Derrick Rose sucks, nobody wants. That's complete nonsense, and that's mostly like 10, 11-year-old kids. People know and respect Derrick Rose. Do you really think that the Knicks got Derrick Rose for no reason? Remember how Phil Jackson promised Carmelo Anthony a championship team? He said, look, I'll give you something. Look, I'll give you Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, Courtney Lee. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But why do you think LeBron was chasing after Derrick Rose? As soon as D Rose heard Melo was leaving, Derrick Rose was like, I'm out. I'm out of here. All right? So D Rose is out. Derrick Rose is gone. As soon as LeBron heard that, and as soon as LeBron knew Melo's going to Houston, he don't want to go to Cleveland. And as soon as he heard Derrick Rose is out too, because he ain't playing if Melo ain't playing. You think LeBron James is going to chase after him for no reason? You think LeBron James is going to go after a scrub? Does that make sense? Look, Derrick Rose is one of those players that people are going to remember as he could have and he should have. But that doesn't make sense because he still has at least 7 years in his prime. He's 28 years old. 28. How the hell are you going to say the people call him this the only MVP in NBA history that'll never make the Hall of Fame? He's only 28. How do you know that he's not going to turn around when he's playing with LeBron? And what if they win the championship? What if Derrick Rose goes off and averages 25 points per game? How is Derrick Rose? Look, that makes no sense to me. He's a 3-time All-Star. He should have been more, which is sad. He hasn't been an All-Star since the 2011-2012 season, but that happens. Okay, 2011 All-NBA. Okay, he's an MVP, all rookie of the year, the youngest MVP in NBA history. Just based off of that, he's a Hall of Famer. Tracy McGrady's a Hall of Famer, and he's a great player. But so is Derrick Rose. He's a great player. Now, he's not on the level as Tracy McGrady, but Derrick Rose could have been, but he's not right now. But you never know. He could turn it around. Okay? Derrick Rose, just he's a 3-time All-Star, youngest MVP ever, MVP, All-NBA. Just off of that, he's a Hall of Famer. I don't want to hear no nonsense. Yeah, he's the only MVP that'll never be in the Hall of Fame. Stop it. He's 28 years old, and you're counting him out already? He had a really good year last year. And the year before, he was healthy those last 2 years. He had pretty solid years. And that's him playing behind star players. He played behind Jimmy Butler in 2015-16. And then in 2016-17, he played behind Carmelo and behind Kristaps Porzingis. But he still averaged 18 points per game. This dude has an upside. He has an upside, and people are counting him out. How disrespectful can you be? He's 28. Mostly young kids are doing it because they don't know how good he really was. But my conclusion is that Derrick Rose is a legend. And he will have the best part of his career coming up.